A World War II aircraft once believed lost forever has been recovered from the floor of Lake Muskoka. Over the last couple of weeks, crews have been working to raise the Northrop Nomad. On Monday, the public got to see the wreckage for the very first time. It was December 13, 1940, when it crashed into Lake Muskoka, killing Lieutenant Peter Campbell and leading aircraftsman Theodore Bates. The aircraft was discovered in 2010. The remains of the fallen airmen were interred a year later with military honors. At this ceremony on Monday morning, the wreckage was officially handed over to the National Air Force Museum, based in Trenton.
74 years ago, back in 1940, when leading aircraftsman Theodore Bates received his wings the day before the crash occurred. He had a day of leave to celebrate receiving his wings, and unfortunately that morning one of his fellow classmates went missing on a flight. So instead of taking leave, he canceled and said, "I'll be an observer and go out and look for my fellow classmate." He tucked his wings into his pocket, took off, and the weather was terrible. Mid-air collision and crashed into Lake Muskoka.
Matthew Fairbrass has been involved in this recovery effort for years.
What started off really, this aircraft was actually, we had actually thought was a Norwegian aircraft, because we were just simply trying to find some artifacts for the memorial, which is now over at the Muskoka airport, and we thought it would be interesting to try and find some real artifacts. So in our research, a rare rumor of an airplane crash out on the lake surfaced. We pursued it, always thinking it was Norwegian. And it wasn't until Tom Bates, the brother of Ted Bates, our deceased pilot here, were called, and he said, "I think you're looking for my brother's airplane." And at that point realized that it was an RCAF aircraft that had absolutely nothing to do with Little Norway whatsoever. But the turning point was when Tom Bates informed me that his brother's plane had never been found, or his remains. And it was really literally that evening I made him a promise that I'm going to find the plane, and I'm going to find and return your brother back to Guelph. And we did.
It's a high point in my career because it gave me the opportunity to work with numerous organizations, not just the Air Force. We had a bunch of experts and professionals come together and work as a team to raise an important part of our history and heritage, and that's just an amazing thing.
Ron Brent was involved in the efforts here as well. He says while this chapter is closing, he says he's not ready to close the book on missing aircraft in the area.
Yeah, I'm really happy with what we've done, and now we were talking in the car over here. We know of some other airplanes out there in the lake, Air Force planes, and we are going to go and start looking for them now too. So this will happen again.